Why is nobody talking about this video? Just watch.
My name is Nnamdi Kanu, and the reason why we're here today is to protest the killing of innocent women and children and men, for that matter, all over Nigeria, especially in the northern part of Nigeria. We are not happy, we are not pleased with what is happening, and that is why we're here today. As you can see, there are a lot of Nigerians who are protesting about the killing of families, people who are determined to tear the country apart violently, and it is not something that we support. It is not something that we would like to see continue, and we are here today to send a clear message to the Nigerian government, through the High Commissioner, that what is happening in the country is unacceptable, and we cannot accept it. If that continues, it will lead to the violent disintegration of the country. There will be no more Nigeria for anyone to go to. There will be no Nigeria for anyone to refer to. In fact, what is happening in Somalia today will be like a tea party. So we cannot allow this nonsense to continue. Something has to be done. And the consequences of the actions of terrorism in Nigeria must be driven home to the people, so that even the terrorists themselves will be able to understand that there is no mileage in where they're going. The only thing they can accomplish is the breakup of Nigeria. If they think that they can cower people, if they think they can force people to be coerced into a religion which is not theirs, then they are clearly mistaken. We are asking for peace. We are asking for people to get together. We are asking for everybody who loves Nigeria, who is associated with that country, to please prevail upon terrorism in Nigeria so we can bring it to an end. That is why a multitude of Nigerians are gathered here today. Those of us in the UK are determined to work with the government for peace. We are determined to work with the international community for peace. But one thing we cannot stomach is a repeat of 1966. What is happening today in Nigeria was the reason why Nigeria fought a bitter civil war for 3 years between 1967 and 1970. If this continues, there will be another civil war in Nigeria. And this time around, no place will be safe in Nigeria. This time around, nobody will be safe in Nigeria. So it is imperative that everybody who has the interest of the country at heart acts now and immediately to stop this nonsense from continuing.
It is quite very clear that this guy did nothing wrong. He was once a believer of this country. He believed that this country could work until he began to see that it's not possible, that this country could no longer work. The more he keeps speaking, the more things keep getting worse. Then he began to speak for those who cannot speak for themselves. And up till now, the things that he has been speaking for is apparently getting worse instead of getting better. Those who are in power, what do they do? Will they do anything? This guy actually did nothing wrong, rather than just to speak the truth. Then what did he get for it? Just like anybody who has ever spoken the truth. You don't get rewarded when you do good things. You get rewarded when you do bad things. That's the situation we find ourselves into. Those who goes about doing a legitimate business. Those who goes about saying the truth. What do they get? They get life imprisonment. They are being punished. They are being thrown in jail because they are not in power or whatever. But those who commit atrocities are being rewarded, are being clapped for, are being called for meeting, called for settlement. They demand ransom, and ransoms are being paid. Whereas those who does nothing wrong than just to stand for those who cannot stand for themselves are being punished. That's the situation we found ourselves into. And that cannot continue. Just like what he said, he has been crying for all this since more than 2010. More than 20 years ago. He has been like this. He has never changed. He has been determined. And the last thing he can get for it is just a nonsense judgment that could not be traced in any book of law. Lawlessness. That's the situation we are into. It could not continue. I know one day the truth must actually prevail.
Judgment is predicated on anger. Thank God that the judgment was extreme life and everybody watched it. You see the anger in delivering the judgment. And it's not predicated on law. Now, I also want to let you know that this charge, that the investigation that gave rise to this charge was not investigated because Nnamdi Kanu's purported statement was rejected by this court, and they did not tender any document as investigation report. That is to say, the investigation was not, the offense was not investigated. Having said that, also something that happened in court today Nnamdi Kanu filed a matter in court of appeal. And he's asking, my lord, that particular matter I filed in court of appeal anchored on this particular issue. Please, can you just suspend this judgment? Let court of appeal direct what to do. My lord refused. Now, on the issue of anger, you journalists will bear with Nnamdi Kanu that government, Nigerian government, and the judiciary are not fair to Nnamdi Kanu. What do I mean? Nnamdi Kanu was given judgment by court of appeal. Federal government refused to comply with that judgment given by court of appeal until after 8 days before the appeal against it. When we get to the Supreme Court directed the prosecution what to do. Amend this particular charge. Nnamdi Kanu was saying that, please, can you amend this charge? They refused. With the combined effect of all this, I'm assuring you that this judgment will not stand. And the Court of Appeal will do justice to it. Now, I also want to plead with judiciary. Nnamdi Kanu is representing himself because the court has given the prosecution a blanket order to detain Nnamdi Kanu wherever they want. They should detain Nnamdi Kanu where we have access to file his appeal, because he has 90 days to file his appeal. And the judge said that the judgment will be ready in the next 15 minutes. I also enjoy the media. We have the record of proceedings from the day the matter came to this till today. I want you to check the record of proceedings and evidence tendered, reconcile it with the judgment. Now you will now see what we are talking about. You are bringing British into this matter, bringing America into this matter. You are now trying to so that the British and America will be against Nnamdi Kanu. Something that was not an issue, that was never tendered, that was never given evidence on, and they are raising the issue. So this is a judgment against the Igbos. This is a judgment against the good people of Southeast, and it's because of Nnamdi Kanu is an evil.